Hey guys, I have a journal collection for you today, and I'm celebrating 10 years of journaling. I can't believe it's been that long, but this is where I keep them, and they all fit in this nearly said something else. This foot locker. I think I just dropped some crap, but anyway. Yeah, I will show you inside. And first off are these special topic journals, kind of theme journals on the top shelf here that are in use. So these are things like movies and book journals, autobiography type stuff, 5-year line a day, and different stuff like that. And then underneath that tray is the used ones. And these are my childhood diaries. I had diaries as a kid, but it was pretty on and off, so I just never really included this in my however many years I've journaling. I've been doing it for 10 years, so journaling and everything else. But anyway, I don't include these in the year just because it feels like a different lifetime, and it was so kind of sporadic as a kid with diaries, so I just kind of did it on and off. And because at one point I kind of forgot that I had diaries as a kid back in, I want to say 2007, after I've been journaling for a while, maybe fall 2006. My family was cleaning out my childhood house, and I found these in a closet, and you think I found the Dead Sea Scrolls. It was like a long lost forgotten treasure because I'm old, and it was just really neat to find them. So if you know young people, buy them a diary. It was really helpful as a kid. But this is my main childhood diary. These two are full. This is mostly empty, but it's got some teen angst kind of poetry in the back that's actually really sad. And then the Beauty and the Beast one's full, and then these two are mostly empty. And this one was a soft cover. It's just kind of worn out before I used it. My friend gave me that in middle school, so I'll probably eventually use these. And that has a little bit in it, but I'll show you what you've been waiting for now. I keep trying to film this video. I filmed it like literally 5 times so far, and I'm just gonna go with it. It's just gonna have to be like this. So yeah, here they are. I think there's about 60, but I haven't really counted. This one's actually a childhood one too. I think this is this is my friend and I. My friend gave me this one year as a kid, and we decided to make dream journals. I have some childhood dreams, like sleep, nighttime dreams in there. And there are a lot of pocket little notebooks. I used those the first number of years that I was journaling, so those are kind of tiny. So here's an overview, and I'll show you them closer and show you my favorites here in a second. But my numbering system, someone asked how I number them. I just put the year on them, and I didn't do that until a few years ago when there started being enough that it kind of became necessary to try to find them. So yeah, I just put the year with a marker, with a Sharpie on the side of them. There's a pretty large variety. This one right here was, yeah, this is definitely one of my top 5 favorites. This thing is huge. It's 600 pages. I've been using those little pocket ones up to this point, fall 2013, and my hands started hurting because they're just really tiny. So I got this thing, and I filled this thing in like 3 months for 600 pages. It just really, the design just felt inspiring, and it was just so chunky. So yeah, after this one, I really started branching out into different sizes and styles just because I realized how this one did it for me, and I wanted to just try other stuff, and that started an addiction to different types and styles of journals. This one was an early one. This is a 2007 one. And I'll do a quick individual thing, and then I'll show you a little bit inside a few of them if you're interested. Yeah, there they all are once more. So for the speed round, this one's my first journal, and I really think of this one really fondly. First one's always remembered fondly. But yeah, this one's from fall 2006, early 2007. This one I really liked because the paper was beige, it wasn't bleach white like a lot of cheap journals. And I just needed an outlet at the time. So much of my life was changing, and different schools and there's a lot of family crap and life crap. So I needed an outlet, and this really did it for me. It's not like the usual girly flower journal, dear diary type of thing. It just looked refined and comforting, but in an elegant way. See, it's kind of scratched up now, but it's kind of getting old, aren't we all? But yeah, I love this thing. Definitely my favorite ever. And then I'll show you my top 3 favorites first. This one has gold on the side from 2013. It's really pretty, and it just feels nice. I really like finding journals that somehow feel nice, because if a journal just feels like it has bleach white paper that smells bad, or the cover texture bothers me in some way, it's a lot harder to want to pick up a journal like that than when you have something that feels nice and feels inspiring. And it doesn't necessarily, you don't have to have like a leather journal or something fancy. Sometimes, you just want something like this that's more casual and like an old friend looking type of thing instead of something fancy. So I kind of like just trying to decide what style I'm into at that time. Like sometimes I want kind of a fancy one, sometimes I want something more plain, like this. So yeah, if you're having a hard time journaling and sticking with it, finding paper that you like and texture that you like can really help. And just a design you want to look at. Like this one is cute and I like it, but if I was having just a rough time at the time, I don't know if I'd want to look at polka dots every time I want to write about something depressing. So yeah, this one I really liked. It's got gold on the edges. And I always like adding in, I'll show you my next favorite. Well, adding in something personalized. I like, this one actually sprayed with glitter and I Mod Podged the cover because it was a fabric texture that bothered me. This journal I got in spring 2007, so I'd had it, or maybe fall 2007, but I had it blank for a decade and I finally used it last year. But I added, personalized it to make it feel more like mine and like it had some history with me. And I even added in clothes. I was making a quilt of my old clothes, so I added in some of that so it could have some history with those old clothes and just feel kind of like an old glove, like something that you can relate to and that's your style and that has something like that says something about you, like this, or adding a charm to the edge, or spraying it with glitter, or adding this is what I put on most of my journals now. But yeah, decorating and customizing it really helps. And I like to put it about me pages and pages for music, movies, and TV show at the start of every journal. And I do a page at the end I call autographs. I started doing that even in this first journal. And it's not autographs from other people, it's autographs that I occasionally just sign my full name at the end of what I'm starting with, at the beginning and end of when I'm using that journal. So it's just kind of a ongoing page of how my signature changes over the time. And then when I go back and read that journal later over the years, like every few years or every semester, however it is, often that I pick up that old journal, I can sign it again and just see all the times over the past decade that I've used that journal because my signature's on each. I have no idea what that noise is. I'm sitting in my closet and I can't escape because I put this huge thing in front of the door. That was really not a good idea. Anyway, this was my other favorite journal. This huge baby. Yeah, this thing was 600 pages. It is kind of a smaller size, 5x7. But this just felt inspiring. And I felt this in 3 months. Journal prompts really helped too. Writing my, favorite vacation memories, childhood addresses. I did pages for elementary school memories, middle school, high school, early college, like different times in my life, different pages for each and kind of decorating. So I really had a lot of fun with that. And then this one, 2014. Another 2014. This one I collaged a lot in, and sometimes when you can't find the words, like I had lost someone that I was just really floored that he was gone, and it just started it's kind of a season of a lot of loss in my life, so I couldn't really think of the words to say back then, so collaging really helped. And I had a lot of other just sadness and overwhelming depression at the time, so I collaged, and that really did help. Even though I'm saying it just kind of like depression. But it was really 2014 was kind of a rough year, so that really, journaling is really, sometimes I don't feel okay, someone asked if I'd ever been tempted to quit journaling, and yeah, I have. I think there was 2 main times, and one of those was either later 2014 or early 2015. I actually remember making a video about that once. And what journal was it? Oh yeah, this one. I had been using this journal and was having a terrible time. Like my anxiety was bad. I was having like just depressing sadness all the time and more loss and more life crap, and just not in a good place, like a really dark place. And this journal too. This one was from 2015, and I was debating if I got mad at journaling at one point, so I was like, do I even want to keep doing this? And the thing that I've been realizing in the past year mostly is just that, sometimes things don't feel comforting and helpful in the moment, but it's good to have journaling and sleeping and counseling or whatever else that you do as a healthy coping skill. Jogging is some kind of positive self-coping skill. Because I remember before I started journaling, my self-coping skills were not healthy and didn't really help me get out of a darker place where I could understand myself and understand what I need and have a good outlet that I felt like I could think over and talk about anything. So journaling might not always necessarily like remove the pain, but it's at least a way to deal with it and cope with it. It's a way to survive the crap in your life, basically. So yeah, this journal has a lot of depressing collages, and then this journal I actually cut out the empty pages because I was like, this journal, I got mad at it. My uncle died around this time, and it was just a rough year, 2014 pretty much, and early 2015. And after this one, I used another journal that actually helped. I think it was this one. And just sometimes changing styles on a journal can just help. Like this one was a soft cover, so it kind of hurt my hand. It was just bulky. I mean, it used to have twice the number of pages, so I just ripped those out because they were blank. But this one was kind of more casual, and just really, sometimes switching journals really does help. But I usually stick with the same one if I can. Collaging. Like, my collages used to have a lot of, I usually listen to Pandora Radio on some dark channel and then just collage about it. So yeah, these are kind of intense. I mean, maybe not the lyrics, but like my emotions at the time with the crap I wrote in some of the journals from that year are rather dark and intense, but it's at least a way to cope with tragedy. So there's my motto for journaling. Cope with tragedy. But I also use journaling for documenting fun memories too. Someone's like, well, why do you want to document the sad stuff? It's not so much documenting the sad stuff as finding an outlet to cope with it, and then also adding in fun memories and things I don't remember. Like, my grandpa just died, and I have a lot of memories of, fond memories of stuff he said and his personality in these journals. So I do have a lot of fun stuff in these to make journaling not just completely miserable if I was writing about sad stuff all the time. And also just to keep journaling fun, because if you write about sad stuff every time you pick up a pen, you're not going to want to pick up the pen too often. So I do have a lot of fun stuff, and these pages are a little bit sticking together. But anyway, collaging, I like that. This one, early 2015, I really did not care for that journal very much. So yeah, finding out the size of journal and the style that does it for you really can help. And this type of paper too. These have kind of thick paper, and my friend was picking up one of these in a bookstore, and she's like, that's too thick. I'm like, it's not too thick. There's no such thing as too thick. Until I found this one. These are actually, this paper in here is, these Oberon ones is actually a little bit too thick for me. So I finally did find a too thick. But finding the paper you like, whether it's beige, lines, trying out different stuff can really help find what works for you. It's kind of like with clothes and fashion, finding out what works for you there. What on earth is that? I'm locked in my closet. Why is there weird noises? That's weird. Oh, that's gotta be I've got a little fridge in here. That's apparently still plugged in. Alright, so yeah, this one, I didn't write the year. This one was from 2000, the end of 2015. Yeah, the end of 2015. And then 2014. And I really do like alternating styles quite a bit. Sometimes I don't always like the pretty ones. Sometimes there's really plain stuff. Another 2015. 2016. These size of journals, and this paper's kind of thin. But yeah, this thin paper and kind of small lines. You can kind of see the lines spacing on the side. And this size, just in general, makes me feel like writing more than collaging and doing other stuff. So different types of journals can kind of inspire you to do different stuff. This one's a 2015, and same thing with just finding overall what you like. This had suede in it, and I didn't like that, so I included in part of my old prom dress, so I wouldn't have to touch the suede, because, yeah, that's not weird. And this one, 2015, this one was really elegant, so I added in this plastic thing from a gumball canning machine. That classes it up so well. Another 2015. This one was summer 2015. Especially the more recent ones, I can kind of remember the general season of my life, usually like by a semester, but kind of afraid to pick some of these up. No. This one is 2009. This one I painted on, splatter painted. 2007. This one's a 5-line, 1-a-day thing. 5-year line a day, rather. This one I really liked. I've never been able to find another one. It's a marking C.R. Gibson one, and it's just paper. It looks kind of like leather. I added a sticker. It's got gold on the edges. I used it summer 2008. I like the little cute little size and the antique look. And then 2 of these. This one was this year, mostly last year and into this year a little bit. What year is it? Okay, yeah. This was fall 2016 and early 2017, and this one was 2015, so I like making them look a little bit different. I mean, I guess they don't look that much different, the same CEO on both, but still. It's late, we're just gonna have to go with it. This thing was the thickest softcover I've ever used. I'm really not into softcovers. I like them hard. But this one, since it was a fabric, it didn't feel like it was just gonna fall apart if I crammed it full and wore it out. And then I added my childhood shoe, like patent leather shoes were popular as a kid, and there were little bows that you attached to them, so this is that. And this thing I really enjoyed, even though the line spacing was just huge. If I open it up, I know I'm going to show you just like an awkward page. But yeah, the line spacing was seriously huge. But that didn't really bother me, I thought it would. And I really like this because it's just casual and kind of vintagey. It looks like an old friend. So I like old things and old people. This one, I love the design, but the paper smells like bleach and it's bleach white. So I didn't like that paper and I kind of rushed through it in less than a month. Like it really smelled. This one, 2014. This one, 2014. And I like, these are nice if you don't add a whole lot in. I added enough that it kind of wouldn't stay shut, and that drove me up the wall. It's because it's a magnetic thing. And my sequin came off. Okay, there's just a random other sequin. Oh yeah, that big fabric journal had a sequin. Okay, anyway. So yeah, these I like if I'm not adding a whole lot into. But this drove me up the wall. When I was using, I put tape here so it would stay shut. It's kind of like thin back down. It was more puffy, but now it's been crammed in. It's kind of able to stay shut more. So I like these. These are nice looking and cheap if you don't add in a whole lot of stuff where they won't just stay shut. But I did collage apparently a little in it. Oh, well, I take that back. It's not really collaging. I did in some old W2s and stuff. This one was 2016. I haven't added the year on last year's yet. But yeah, this is my grandma's earring on the side, and it's just really, that one was pretty. This one, I've been wanting one of these for over a decade? No, right at a decade. Since 2006, fall 2006, early 2007, I'd been wanting one of these type of journals with this leather detail. Mostly because I used to use pocket moleskins. Like, this is my normal daily journal, but they used to just come in black and they were plain, and that got boring. So I wanted a design, and I finally got one last summer where the gift my grandpa had given me. And, well, with a Christmas gift check, with Christmas cash they'd give me. So I finally got this. And I loved using this thing. It was sentimental. It was a gift from him. This is my grandma's earring. And now they're both gone, so this one's really special. I've got a lot of old family memories in here too. And it's just really pretty. And he'd been to, at least 70 or 80 countries, probably more than that. And this kind of makes me think of a small world. Like, it makes the little village look so tiny. But he's also just really casual, and so it's like the world was small and large to him. Like, he'd been around it, but everyone was kind of his friend. Like, he would make friends really fast. We'd find him like in random parts of the mall, just like talking to friends people he just met, like just having conversation with him. Like, do you know them? He's like, no, I just met them, and he just chatted with him like he'd known him forever. So yeah, that's special. I'm gonna not keep talking about that so I don't get sobby. But yeah, this one was from 2016 also. I still haven't cut out the blank pages in this one. It's going to be about half the thickness. This one just was bulky, so... And when I do that, I like resize the whole thing, so it's just... I don't know, if you really don't like a journal, whack out the blank pages and resize, and you can make the whole binding a little bit smaller. I'm going to move my beverage out of the way. This one was cool. It's a markings one. This one's 2014. I got this one at Big Lots for $5, and it's kind of... not silk, but it's just embroidered fabric. That was kind of cool. It's kind of different than what I usually go with. This one is 2007 also. I really like these things enough to get 3. And I'd made a video about this one once, so I have still the tabs in there. But yeah, they came in 2 colors, and I bought both. And they don't make them like they used to. I found one like this recently, and it's just not the same. And then this one I actually used a normal leather one, a brown one, but I ended up cutting that up to make a moleskin cover. And then I put this old cover that I made like in 2007 on it out of a pillowcase. Alright, let's be brave and grab something else. That sounded right. Anyway, 2013, this one little one is cute. 2011, and there's definitely a kind of variations in how much I write. 2011, 2012, I did not film any journals at all. I think 2012 was maybe a few, and then 2015 I think was 8.5 journals. So definitely the varies over time, and it's kind of a natural rhythm to it, which I kind of like. This one I decorated with crap from like travel crap. I really liked. Oh, and this one's from 2008. And this one, I don't really know what the sticker thing. These are child stickers. This, I don't know why I got that patch, but it's from 2007. This one, 2013. And 2012. And the end of 2007/early 2008, I added in some travel pennies and souvenirs from a bunch of museums I went to. Not a bunch of museums, like 2 museums. And this little one, 2010, 2007. These little ones from 2009, I kind of had really forgotten about. These are soft cover. I use these as purse journals, like around the city type of thing. 2011 and 2010, the other one just has a photo on it. I put stickers and Mod Podge, that one, my childhood stickers. And 2008, Christmas 2008. This one was a Mead, M-E-A-D one. I got it at Walmart and it's really cheap. 2007. And we are almost there. This one is 2011. I actually rebound a handful of different journals in here that were travel journals or just journals that I took traveling with me, planned to use as daily journals when I got home and didn't. So I took all the pages I used out of all those different little pocket moleskins and rebound them in this thing. So it would be full of pages that were used. And then this is 2011, 2010, childhood Sanrio bag, 2008. I love this one. This captured one of my favorite Times Square ever that I've ever done, and a bunch of memories with some old friends. So this one's really special. And I can't think of another word other than special. And cute. Like, it's a cute journal with special memories. Anyway, 2007, I really have no idea why I put rubber ducky stickers on it and glitter paint. But I just wanted something that felt fun and less serious than the serious city I was living in, I guess. And 2011, 2013, another Sanrio bag I had as a kid. And the Mod Podge does get a little bit sticky if you stick them near each other, so that kind of is annoying. 2012, there's not much from 2012, so I really did write less that year. 2007, I put other stickers on it and some nail polish under it, and I didn't like that, so I put black ribbon and wrapped it around there. 2010, 2013, another 2010. I think I've shown you. Okay, yeah, that's not a filled normal daily journal. I think that's actually it. Wow. And there's my pile of memories. 10 years of my life. I really can't believe it's been that long. And it's weird how some of this stuff feels like a lifetime ago, and it also feels like it should be yesterday. Like, it doesn't feel like it could have been 10 years ago. I love how individual our journal collections are to us, like all the different colors and stuff. And even if we have the same journal, it's usually we don't have like every single one identical. And even if we have the same washi tape and similar style of decorating it, it's still not the exact same. Like, our memories are different, and our how we feel about different crap is different. It's just really fun. I really like looking at people's stacks and just imagining what they might have put in their journals and seeing inside when people flip through them. And one of my favorite things early, when I first started journaling, was looking at the What's in My Bag group on Flickr, where people would show what's in their bag, and just to see what kind of lifestyles people have and what they value enough to carry around with them all day. I do have some What's in My Bag kind of journal prompt pages that I wrote in my earlier journals in 2006. So even old memories like that are fun to look back on and see how my life has changed, and my daily life routine is different from 2006. Like, some of the stuff that I wrote was my favorite movie and my favorite thing, my favorite food in 2006. Just like, wow, I don't really remember being into that so much. So it's like it's like a time capsule and a note from your past, which is really enchanting, especially when you're reading other people's, but with yourself too, because it just, like, I'm like talking to my past self from 10 years ago. Where's the old one? Here. Like, this is from 10 years ago, and that's just trippy. This is like, I don't know, just holding this and remembering my life at the time and looking through and remembering what my life is like and the type of worries I had. And you just kind of want to pat your younger self on the head, like, it's going to be okay. Like, you're not going to be homeless. Not yet. You're going to make it. Like, you're not going to flunk out of school. I'm, like, patting my journal. But just, like, all the stuff that feels so monumental and huge and devastating at the time sometimes doesn't feel so significant at the time, especially with kind of younger milestone type of things, like, your first breakup, or trying to find the right prom dress, or acne, or that kind of stuff that just feels so huge at the time, or failing a test, or failing a class. Not that failing class isn't kind of, troublesome, but it just doesn't, some of the stuff, the older you get, some of that stuff just doesn't feel quite so intense. So I look at the stuff and I'm just like, I was so upset about just some relatively minor stuff, and now all the crap in my life, I'm kind of like, like, that would happen. And then back then I was just like, oh my gosh, like, I I gained a pound. Like, it's just different how different versions of yourself, different age versions of yourself can feel so differently about different things. Like, now if I got a bad grade, it's like, great. Like, I don't actually do put a lot of effort in school now, so it's probably a bad example. But I don't know, it's just like I'm not really talking to my past self, but getting a glimpse into what I used to be like and what I used to fear, and patting myself on the head both then and now, kind of reminding myself that if this kind of small stuff panicked me then, maybe in 10 years I'll feel like some of the stuff now is relatively small and it won't panic me as much. And my 2027 self, weird, will want to pat my 2017 self on the head and be like, it's gonna be okay, honey, you'll really make it. And like, I'm like an old person just talking to a young person, like, it'll be okay. But anyway, this is ridiculously long, and I can do a part 2 and show you some collages if you'd like. I don't know, I hope this was interesting. I keep trying to make a shorter, and that's just probably never going to happen. But I hope it was still fun somehow anyway. Have a good night. Bye.